Street. And the news in the United States has made it so nobody can see what's going on. But we found a way to get past that, to show the world what's going on, so we can all occupy all of the cities, so we can get our planet back.
So that's why we've made these signs, people before profits. And don't be afraid to speak out, join in. The most important thing is that you practice your democracy, practice your civics. Come out, join everybody, make it happen. We can change how our government functions. It's possible to do.
Demonstrating against Wall Street greed, buddy.
Wall Street's an amazing thing, and I think that, you know, we should keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because every time we have a demonstration, every time we have a protest, the workers in the country become more politically conscious of what's going on. And every time that we do this, we're hitting it over and over and over. We have to keep hitting it until it falls, until we can create a government for the people, by the people.
No! And the occupation!
The world has come to a point where everybody around the globe, around the planet, realizes that he and she has to stand up for what he believes in. And personally, I believe that the way the system is working is against people, is against humanity, is against the planet.
We are all together. We stand here to make this place a really happy and nice place for everybody. We have the technology and we have the knowledge to do that. So we are not waiting for somebody. We're gonna put this into practice.
Wir können alles verändern, wenn wir uns selber verändern. Also ich denke, lasst uns die Veränderung sein.
Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets!
Veterans have an interest in this as well. It's not just college students, which I am one, but veterans too. We get the shorthand of the stick a lot of the times. Things have gotten better for us, but they can be a lot better, just like everybody else. But me personally, I just feel that, you know, reform and change has to happen in order in our financial system, in order for us to maintain life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These things are important to every American, and more so for veterans, I feel, because, I mean, we put our lives in danger to support those freedoms and the populace of this nation, and it's just, we want our due as well, just like everybody else.
As we gather together in solidarity to express a feeling of mass injustice, we must not lose sight of what brought us together. We write so that all people who feel wronged by the corporate forces of the world can know that we are your allies. As one people, united, we acknowledge the reality that the future of the human race requires the cooperation of its members, that our system must protect our rights, and upon corruption of that system, it is up to the individuals to protect their own rights and those of their neighbors, that the democratic government derives its just power from the people, but corporations do not seek consent to extract wealth from the people and the earth, and that no true democracy is attainable when the process is determined by economic power. We come to you at a time when corporations, which place profit over people, self-interest over justice, and oppression over equality, run our governments. We have peaceably assembled here, as is our right, to let these facts be known.
Ich bin eigentlich nicht sehr aktiv politisch. Darum. Aber irgendwann hat langenzähnlich auch rechtsbürgerliche Leute und dann ist es Zeit, dass man etwas macht und ein Zeichen setzt.
Ich bin heute da, weil ich finde, dass der Finanzplatz nicht gut funktioniert. Weil ich finde, wir haben ganz grosse Fehler. Wir haben einen Eigenhandel von Banken. Ich bin da, weil ich die Verteilung der Vermögen in der Schweiz nicht gut.
Most recent pictures from Asia. Demonstrators have gathered in Tokyo, where the ongoing nuclear crisis dominates public concern. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, protesters against capitalism have been marching through the streets with banners reading "Solidarity Action for Occupy Wall Street." In the capital, Taiwan, people are demonstrating. They're upset about wage cuts and high unemployment. And in Australia, Melbourne and Sydney, activists there have been protesting against corporate greed and social inequality.
You have to blame government, you have to blame Wall Street, you have to blame the bankers in particular, and I think today the banks are a big problem because they're not loaning money. You know, they did get bailed out.
Well, not only they're not loaning money, but my anger to the bankers is that they seem to have learned nothing about how to behave.
Where is your outrage? We are being robbed blind by greedy bankers, by governments who are printing more and more money and inevitably will devalue the money that we work so hard to earn.
We didn't produce the debt, we won't pay it. We don't have any debt. We're here protesting the same way as on Wall Street and in other parts of the world. We have to protest to try to build another model of society that can give us a proper future. They shout their rage, playing out a bitter scene, changing the names of the banks. The European Central Bank BCE, they say, means simply expropriated property. They cover the police vans, blocking them with slogans. Shame on the Bank of Italy, shame on the ECB's Trichet.
Well, let me tell you, this crisis is only just beginning. There are going to be more protests, there are going to be riots, there is going to be civil unrest, and this is going to grow. But I hope that you are beginning to feel some outrage about what our leaders are doing and our bankers are being allowed to do.
Left, right, left. 1, 2, 3, 4.
occupation. And this is your only occupation. I believe in. And I believe in. For too long, our voices. For too long, our voices have been silenced. Have been silenced. Suppressed. Suppressed. And ignored. And ignored. In favor of the voices of Wall Street. In favor of the voices of Wall Street. Oh, show your support openly. Show your support openly. Raise your voice and say. Raise your voice and say. I am a veteran and I am the 99%. I am a veteran and I am the 99%. I'm from Occupy San Francisco. My friend Scott was injured last Tuesday. My friend Scott was injured last Tuesday. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. We are 99%. We swore to protect and serve. We swore to protect and serve. The Constitution of. The Constitution of. The United States of America. The United States of America. We are here to support. We are here to support. The Occupy movement.